Life of Pi. This book was written in 2001 by Yann Martel. Later, Ong Lee found it to be an inspiration to base his movie Life of Pi in 2012 on this. It was a very celebrated film. The book starts with an author being very hungry about a story. He comes across a family, an Indian family, which is transporting its entire zoo to the US via ship over the Pacific. The ship falls prey to the Pacific and is shipwrecked, but there are survivors. The youngest person from their family, Pai Patel, and a Royal Bengal tiger, Richard Parker. There are a couple of other animals who try to make it but do not. The genre of the book can be said to be myth and faith brought together. There are different kinds of stories that are painted in front of us. It starts with a young Pai Patel explaining to us how does it feel to live in a zoo and wake up to trumpets of elephants, and how does it feel to pack it and take it down. The story brings about in a person the deep understanding of how important and how privileged a person is to be able to barely just even clothe themselves or feed themselves. And now, let me read some of it to you. I hurriedly wrapped a fish in a blanket, gathered a hatchet, and made it to the raft. I proceeded with great deliberation. I unwrapped the fish carefully, keeping a hand pressed down on it, fully aware that it would try to jump out to save itself. The closer the fish was to appearing, the more afraid and disgusted I became. Its head came into sight. I was holding it and it looked like a scoop of loathsome fish ice cream sticking out of a wool blanket cone. The thing was gasping for air. Its mouth and gill were opening and closing slowly. I could feel it pushing its wings against my hand. I turned the bucket over and brought its head to the bottom. I took hold of the hatchet and raised it in the air. Several times I started bringing the hatchet down, but I couldn't complete the action. Such sentimentalism may seem ridiculous, considering what I had witnessed in the last days. But those were the deeds of others, of predatory animals. A lifetime of peaceful vegetarianism stood between me and the willful beheading of a fish. I covered the fish's head with a blanket and turned the hatchet around. Again, my hand wavered in the air. The idea of beating a soft, living head with a hammer was simply too much. I put the hatchet down. I would break its neck, sight unseen. I decided. I wrapped the fish tightly in a blanket. With both hands, I started bending it. The more I pressed, the more the fish struggled. I imagined what it would feel like if I were wrapped in a blanket and somebody was trying to break my neck. I was appalled. I gave up a number of times. Yet I knew it had to be done. And the longer I waited, the longer the fish's suffering would go on. Tears flowing down my cheeks, I egged myself on until I heard a crackling sound and no longer felt any life fighting in my hands.